But let's get into this video. Let me stop yapping. This video is titled "The Strangest Canned Foods Ever Made" by Weird Food History. Let's go.
As a people, we have made some pretty great technological strides. The wheel, the printing press, the camera, all of them a great benefit to the entire human race. One that maybe doesn't get spoken about enough, though, is canned food. And much like the aforementioned advances, we've done some pretty strange stuff with it, which is why today we're taking a look at the weirdest foods ever shoved into a can.
Okay, let me stop you right there. What is it about the can that makes the food last longer? Is it the can, or is it the kind of food that's being put in the can? Because I really don't understand why can, like green beans, why can they last longer in a can than they can in your fridge? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not really too sure about how that works.
But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel.
And subscribe to me too if you watch me on YouTube. Drop that subscribe, man, if you like this video, for sure.
After that, please leave a comment and let us know what other weird foods you would like to hear about. Okay, time to show off our can-do attitude. Canned food may be a grocery store staple, but it didn't start out that way. Back in Napoleonic France, canned food may be a grocery store staple.
Not gonna lie, who in here likes sardines? I do. I ain't gonna lie. Comment under this video if you like sardines. In chat, who likes sardines, chat? Because I do like some sardines. I make a sardine plate. Tomatoes, red pickled onions, bro. Some cucumbers, some regular onions, some saltines.
But it didn't start out that way. Back in Napoleonic France in the early 1800s, the army was desperate for a way to feed soldiers on long campaigns. So, like any good organized military, they held a contest. A prize was offered for anyone who could preserve food without spoiling, and a French
That's how you never tried sardines? Sardines, alright, yo. Sardines, hold up, man. Now I gotta go grab some out the cabinet. I keep some on deck. I keep sardines on deck because I be busy making rugs all day. I keep some sardines on deck. What, bro? What? I keep sardines on deck and I always put a little hot sauce on them. Hold on. Hold on, man. I keep some sardines on deck. These are wild caught in water. And these are in soybean oil. I've been trying different sardines lately. Matter of fact, I should do a stream where I just try a bunch of different sardines. Because can't front, like, super fire. Like, just find the different companies that make them and then just try them all. But yes, bro, sardines are fire, bro. Yes, I eat sardines for sure, bro. They OD and they just quick, bro, for sure.
confectioner, Nicolas Appert, cracked the code by sealing food in jars and heating it until the microbes just gave up. The upside of this little historical nugget is that if you eat anything canned, you can now hold yourself out to your friends as a connoisseur of French food. Anyway,
if you like, put stuff in a can is French? That's fire, I didn't know that. If you like tuna, then you should like sardines. Because you could just eat them right out the can, just like that, bro. Or if you like sushi, then you should like sardines, type vibe.
The idea spread across Europe, and yet another Frenchman, Philippe de Girard, helped develop the first tin-plated iron cans, this time in the UK, creating the lovable, sturdier, more portable version of a Pear's invention. They were heavy, awkward, and had to be opened with a hammer, but they worked, damn it. By the mid-19th century, canned food was a novelty, something you'd show off because it could survive seasons, even years. But demand
See, how long does something have to be in a can for you to feel good about eating it again? Like, if you had something in a can for a year, would you eat it after that, bro? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't even want to open it to even see what's in it. Like, I don't think nothing lasts that long, bro. And I don't really want to find out. Like, how long would something be in a can and you'll be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna still eat it because it was in a can. I've never thought that, bro. Food go bad. Hell no.
Exploded during major wars, when armies needed cheap, durable rations. Soldiers brought the habit home, industry scaled up, and soon companies were canning everything from soups to stews to entire meals. And as the technology spread, so did the experimentation. And that's when things got crazy.
That's another thing. They really don't even know what will last and what won't last in a can until they try it. So who's trying this and getting sick? Who tried all these canned foods before they got in a can? Who tried them and then got sick? And word of my mother, are they about to put a cheeseburger in a can? Because I'm not going to lie, that's kind of fire. That's kind of fire, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That's mad convenient. Imagine pulling a burger out your pocket. Imagine, chat. Imagine you just chilling, right? You just chilling. You and your homeboys chilling and shit. Y'all chilling, taking it. You like, yo, niggas getting hungry. I'm getting hungry, bro. Pull out a burger, put some ketchup on that shit. Boom, take a bite like a cigarette break, like a smoke break.
The Burgermeister canned cheeseburger is a product mostly known from European outdoor survival catalogs. And yes, it's a fully assembled...
McDonald's, you slacking, man. Mickey D slacking on they macking, man. Why y'all ain't put to-go burgers in a can, man? At least they'll be more plump, how they supposed to be, instead of all flat.
Cheeseburger, bun, patty, cheese, and condiments. All
this burger looked thicker than a Mickey D's burger. 1,000%.
cooked inside a can. Guess they couldn't fit French fries in there too. If you're wondering how exactly it works, you boil the can for a few minutes, open it, and out slides a warm burger. Or at least something very much like one. Reviews suggest the bread turns pudding soft. And the cheese? Well, it's trying its best to remember what cheese was. Intended for hikers, campers, and anyone willing to risk food physics for convenience, the canned burger has mostly gone out of style. That being said, if a nuclear war breaks out or society is undone by a disease that changes people into zombie hordes, we'll all be grateful that someone bothered to invent a shelf-stable cheeseburger that only needs boiling water and maybe an iron will.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I would eat that. Am I nasty because I would eat that? Like, obviously, I feel like you should have like a bigger can, right? That's clearly a little can and it's smushed. But you could fit a nice sized can in your pocket. Not gonna just throw that in your bag. That's kind of fire, bro. What's the difference between that and a lunchbox? Lunchbox too big, bro. Get in the way, man. Come on, man.
Scotland is the homeland of bagpipes, kilts, and groundskeeper Willie, and the national dish is haggis. In case you're not familiar, haggis is sheep's heart, liver, and lungs, mixed with...
Gross. And I have to see it, so now y'all gotta see it.
Oats and spices, and it's been canned for decades. Canned haggis isn't weird to anyone who grew up within the song of a bagpipe's radius of Glasgow. But to outsiders, it feels like the final boss of the canned meat category. And unlike the canned cheeseburger, canned haggis is actually supposed to be good. You know, assuming you like that sort of thing. The can actually helps preserve the traditional texture, and many Scottish expats swear by it. It's used in breakfasts, Burns night celebrations, and generally any situation where carrying a whole sheep's stomach would be frowned upon.
No. I'm fine.
It's not just peanut butter, it's not just jelly, it's a whole finished sandwich. Invented for emergency kits, campers, and people who can't figure out the recipe for a PB&J, this pre-made version is sealed and sterilized, with the bread somehow remaining intact. Probably thanks to some sort of black magic, honestly.
Look. Hold on, chat.
With the bread somehow.
You see how they made that can specifically so it won't crush the bread? Same thing with the cheeseburger. The burger could work. The burger could come back. That could work, chat. I think that could work. Can't front. I like that one. This kind of stupid. Cause as long as you got a sandwich bag, you can always got a PB&J. Plus now they got the what's the little chewables? The little chewy joints, the little Crustables. They got Crustables. We don't need this, bro. They got Crustables, gang.
Remaining intact, probably thanks to some sort of black magic. Honestly, don't think about it. Inside, it's more steamed than toasted, but reviewers note that the peanut butter still slaps, like a harder-to-access Uncrustable. That may be why these cans are still very popular. Although, part of that popularity might also be due to the pun-based name, Candwich. Which, yeah, that's pretty good.
What the fuck is this, yo? What is this? What is this? Heinz? Oh my God. Hey, yo, man.
Spotted Dick is a classic British steamed pudding made from suet and dried fruit. So the weirdness here is 90% the name, 10% the fact that it comes in a can. Canned Spotted Dick is a shelf-stable dessert. Slice, heat, cover with custard, and you're dining like it's Victorian England. The canning method actually fits the tradition, since English puddings have been steamed in containers for centuries.
Why they keep using all these white toppings? Why they keep... All right. He know what he doing, bro.
So on second thought, the weirdness is really...
Bro, come on, man. They doing this on purpose. They doing this on purpose. They want to say something about it. Hey, yo, man.
Like 95% just the name. Yes, it may appeal to those with a sense of humor.
And they keep doing it, though. They keep doing it. Who's buying this?
An 8-year-old, but come on.
You know what? I was gonna Google it. I don't even want that in my algorithm, man.
Canned Spotted Dick? That's just funny.
Wait. Does that say microwavable? They told us you can't put a can in the microwave, though. They trying to blow us up with the... They want us to blow the dick up, man. God damn. Hey, yo, man.
But come on. Canned Spotted Dick?
Don't put that in the microwave, man. Don't put your dick in the microwave. I'm just saying.
Imagine opening a...
Word of advice, chat. Never put your spotted dick in the microwave. You know what I'm talking about? Never. And if any kids are watching this, it's a food. It's a food. I can say that.
Can and sliding out, not chicken parts, not broth, or shredded breast for tacos, but a whole cooked bird. It sounds like something you'd see in an old cartoon.
So they still do have canned chicken, and people do eat this, right? Because I was talking to this white girl before, and she made buffalo chicken dip like that, and can't front. Why? Like, why? I'm like, bro, we're not poor. You doing a lot, and that is disgusting as fuck, bro. That's not lit, bro. That's some poor, nasty shit. You feel me? Yeah.
But this American oddity was actually a cult item in the mid-20th century. And that's largely because it solved a problem. People wanted a roast chicken, but didn't want to roast a chicken. Hey, it was a problem, not a serious problem. Anyway, the general public's reluctance to roast their own chickens was likely due to accessibility or time spent. But surely, some of it has to be the novelty of a gelatin-soaked whole bird slowly gliding out of a can, like a baby being born. Practically speaking, the canned whole chicken is mostly used in casseroles or slow cooker dishes. But videos of YouTubers trying to plate the entire slippery bird like a gelatinous log have kept its legend alive.
Wait, so it's cooked though? So you mean to tell me that they could put a whole chicken in a can, but a burger is too far? The burger makes sense to me. The chicken don't make sense to me. I'm not gonna lie, gang.
Canned reindeer meat is common in certain Nordic countries where reindeer is a
Yo, this is like a fucking cartoon at this point. This is real stuff.
traditional, sustainable meat source. It often appears in stews or as a ready-to-eat delicacy, and the flavor is similar to lean beef or venison.
That's dog food, cap. I know dog food when I see it. That is food prepared for a pup. That's dog food. I'm like, I wouldn't eat that. I wouldn't eat that. If you fed me that, I would never come to your house again, even if it was good. You need to tell me what the fuck we eating. This is crazy.
The canning helps preserve the meat for long winters or for export. It's not a stunt food. It's just culture and climate working together. That being said, you might want to check it for bits of red nose before serving it to the kids, because you definitely don't want to have to explain what happened to Rudolph. Tongue in a can sounds like something you'd see in a video that you shouldn't be watching at work. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about beef tongue, pork tongue, and even veal tongue, which many countries have preserved in cans for decades. It's traditional in parts of Europe, Latin America.
I'm not gonna lie. America is so wasteful in so many areas. Like, there's a guy who makes content where, like, he just makes giant different things and art out of chocolate. He wastes so much chocolate, right? Why are we not throwing out the fucking tongue, right? Like, we can do without the tongue. We don't have to preserve every little bit and piece, bro. Like, we're so wasteful in one area, and then in the other area, we're trying to be resourceful. This is just nasty. We don't need to eat the tongue, gang. Nobody's that hungry. Chill out. Come on, bro.
and Asia, where tongue is cooked slowly until tender. Canned versions come pre-cooked and ready for slicing into sandwiches, tacos, or salads. The texture is surprisingly delicate, and many
Tacos? You want a tongue taco? Would you eat a tongue taco, yo? Come on, man.
chefs actually prefer it because it requires no long simmer at home. Still, the sight of a tongue sliding out of a can like something out of a John Carpenter movie is, one could say, memorable. Canned bread is a New England legend that confuses everyone else on Earth. It's not a survival biscuit or some ultra-dry ration. It's actually brown bread steamed inside a can, so that when you open it, it emerges as a perfect cylindrical...
Bro, and that looked kind of moist too. So I feel like they just did the canned cheeseburger wrong, bro. Not gonna lie, I don't mean to be freaking on the cheeseburger side of this. Bro, if you're watching me on YouTube, you're watching this video right now, comment the cheeseburger emoji. Because I ain't gonna lie, I think that was the best thing they put in the can yet, bro. They just did it wrong. It was too early. It's too ahead of its time, bro. It's too ahead of its time right now.
Molasses-heavy, slightly sticky loaf. Traditionally served with beans or sliced and buttered, it's mostly useful for recipes that date back to colonial times, when steaming was easier than baking. With modern bread baking machines and more bakeries and even coffee shops selling bread, they have mostly disappeared, which is a shame, because if you ask New England locals, canned bread isn't weird so much as it is just very, very committed to its shape. Sure, the world has boxed mac and cheese, but lots of people find opening boxes to be difficult, or so you could assume, because otherwise...
With a can, what's good with Heinz again? Yo, I think Heinz was just trying anything back in the day, just shooting at the wall, just fishing, bro, just trying to put anything in a can. But I can't say this is a bad idea. Hear me out. If they did it right, I think this would last longer than if it was in a box. And I'm going to ask ChatGPT to confirm that. Because I think we need to know this, right? Would mac and cheese last longer in a can than it would in a box? Let's see. Look. ChatGPT says, yes, canned mac and cheese lasts much longer than a box mac and cheese. And here's why. Canned mac and cheese, shelf life is usually 2 to 5 years. Why? That's crazy. Why? It's fully cooked, pressure sterilized, and commercially canned, which kills bacteria and seals it all airtight, which is crazy. Safe at room temperature until it's open. After opening, you can refrigerate and eat for 3 to 4 days. So something about that can. It's something about a can that just preserves whatever in it airtight. I don't understand how you take the bacteria out of it, because wouldn't it have to hit the air before you dump it in the can? And then the box mac and cheese. Shelf life about 1 to 2 years. Why? The pasta is dry and the cheese is powder, which keeps well but isn't sterilized the same way. You store in room temperature while it's sealed. At the opening, once prepared, it'll last 3 to 5 days in the fridge. Canned mac and cheese is safer for long-term storage. Boxed mac and cheese usually tastes better, but isn't meant for extreme shelf life. That's crazy.
It's hard to figure out why we need canned mac and cheese too. Nonetheless, it's a thing that exists. And when you open canned mac and cheese, what slides out is a solid, trembling cylinder of noodles glued together by a cheese sauce so orange it'll make the Sunny D in your fridge jealous. How you eat the noodle/cheese glob is, of course, up to you. You can slice it like a terrine. Some people fry the slices. Some mix it into casseroles. Some stare at it, wondering how life led them here.
Come on. Let's see if they got this right, Chad. They ruined it the first time. Let's see if they got this right. Hamburger patties and gravy. Hopefully they don't put this... Oh, it might just be like Salisbury steak, huh?
Gravy often comes in
Like a hungry
cans,
man, like a
and
hungry
people
man.
sometimes put it on hamburgers. So why not cut out the middleman and just stuff the hamburger in there too? Well, someone must have had that epiphany, because they invented canned hamburger patties in gravy. All kidding aside, this American grocery store relic of the 1970s and 80s was really an attempt to combine Salisbury steak with ultimate convenience. And inside the can, you'll find several
Come on, man. W guess, yo. W guess. I promise I'm from this century, W guess, though.
puck-shaped patties floating in brown gravy. You heat them up, slap them on a plate, and bam! You're done with dinner prep. Of course, it's less common to see Salisbury steaks at all nowadays, let alone canned for rapid convenience. Nonetheless, they both survive, mostly due to diners and vintage recipe blogs. Brains. They're not just for zombies anymore. Actually, this southern U.S. specialty has been around for generations, and it's part of a long tradition of using every part of the animal. Once a common breakfast ingredient, pork brains are
Like, what is he even talking about? Like, pork brains? Pork brains, bro? Ooh, pork and beans. I'm doing the science. Hold on.
in a creamy gravy, and historically, they were scrambled with eggs or served with biscuits. They're not as popular as they once were, canned or fresh. And that's not because modern Americans see eating brains as weird,
Ew.
or not just because of that. It's because nutritionally, they're extremely high in cholesterol, suggesting that all those Walking Dead survivors should have just laid low for.
You know what, yo? I'm gonna just stop the video right here. That is too weird. If you like this video over on YouTube, man, make sure you drop a little subscribe, man. Holla at your boy, man. Thank you for watching me, man. Look, click this video or click that video, whichever one I decide to put there. I'll see you in the next vid. Subscribe if you like more videos like this, though, because I do like watching these vids when I'm alone, man.